Hey guys, Sublord here, back again with another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the final couple of figures from the Mythic Legion's Necronominous Wave, a lone tier for the Mythic Legion's Necronominous Wave. It's been a long, fun, and semi-frustrating ride. We'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. But boy oh boy, have we reached the end of an incredible journey, I must say. We did it together, people. We did it together. So, with that being said, we are, of course, looking at none other than Sir Gideon Heavensbrand. Shout out to a friend of the channel, ODC, that's me. At least I hope he's a friend of the channel. He used to do that all the time when he talked about the old Sir Gideon Heavensbrand figure utilizing the older parts. And then, of course, we have his trusty steed, Bishop, the horse, back there, looking quite dead in the face, I must say, but we'll talk about that more in a minute. That said, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at Horsemen Studios, and man oh man, we got some stuff to talk about, so why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look, see at all these guys got to offer in terms of accessories, because they come with quite a bit indeed. Starting off with a pair of alternate hands for Gideon. Some standard grips with the wrong hinge for holding stuff, but whatever. It is what it is. And then he comes with his alternate head, which kind of looks like Tarzan's dad, I'm not gonna lie. I guess if we get Roaring 20s Legions, you can bet your sweet ass this will be one of the pieces. That said, he also kind of looks like my dad. A little bit. My dad grew the Looney Tunes devil mustache with the curls on the end there. We also get a couple of shield adapters. We get the handle and the clip, just like the other figures in this wave. We get a neck peg, which I want to say this is 2.0 neck peg, but don't quote me on that. We get a belt. This is a loose belt for when you take the tunic off. Not sure why you'd want to do that, but you can use that if you want. We also get, for those shield adapters, the shield itself. You can pop this out through the back, just like the other ones. It's got the Aetheron logo on the front, and it's not as clunky as the other shields with a logo on it, so I'm hoping the other ones are flatter as well. And then for weapons, we get a little knife, as well as the Heavensbrand sword, which this is some Elder Scrolls, Dark Souls looking shit if I ever saw it. Like, holy crap, that is awesome. And this goes on the scabbard on his back, at least that's where I have the scabbard anyways. But as far as Bishop's accessories, he's got this giant lance. It's ridiculous. Now you could take the end off and then take this thin part off and then pop the end into here if you want a short lance, but that's freaking insane how long that is. We also get a bridle, an alternate bridle without the armor, or the armored, if you're a goofball. But there you go. I would recommend heating that up to swap it, and I'll get into that in just a moment. We also get the horse mane pieces, as well as the horse neck piece to kind of fill things out. The skulls don't really need that, so that's a plus. And then we have Bishop's actual head, which is very much alive, unlike this dead one. So if we take Sir Gideon and move him out of the way for a minute here, we will take a closer look at Bishop, who's got these nice skirts going on. It's the standard horse buck underneath. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat. It's the standard horse buck underneath. I guess he's still there. Hopefully he doesn't come out and start tap dancing like that one on Looney Tunes. Either way, it's the standard, for the third time, horse buck we've seen, but with these new skirt pieces. These are very nice quality soft goods. They really stepped up the soft goods in this wave. It's less getting jabbed with wires and more. Oh, snap. This feels like something worthwhile. Which I've never had that big of a problem with 4 Horsemen soft goods, other than the wires being too thin to pose, and then the wires poking out sometimes. That's kind of annoying. That said, one thing that's wrong with my figure, I'll just take it off, is unfortunately the armored, which using that word correctly, the armored helmet, mask, whatever piece that goes over the head, the strap on the chin snapped on mine when I tried to pop it off the alive bishop head to put it on this undead one, which kind of sucks. I'm either going to have to glue that or hit up customer service. Just hit up customer service, they'll fix it, right? But it just sucks that you wait 2 years for something, it breaks, and then you gotta wait like a month or so to get the thing fixed. So word to the wise, heat up that piece before you pull it off, but I should be able to get that fixed, no problem. That said, it's weird that Sir Gideon's horse has a skull head, but not Sir Gideon himself. And it's also weird that this armor bit just kind of plugs onto there and doesn't even fill out all the holes. Granted, this armor piece kind of helps cover the bottom holes, but it's still kind of weird. That said, we also get this thing. Is this supposed to be the blanket unraveled? Like this back here? Because that'd be kind of funny, because you can actually kind of use it as a blanket if you wanted to. I don't know if it's supposed to go on the saddle, maybe. It's like some kind of weird cushion. Falls down. But there you go. That said, if you want a skull head for Sir Gideon, Maxilius the Harvester's got you covered. So, speaking of Sir Gideon, why don't we get Bishop out of here? He's cool. He's got armor. He's got a busted strap on his chin. Kind of irritating. But now we're talking about Sir Gideon. And Sir Gideon is a freaking crazy figure. This is probably one of the coolest knights I've had in Legions. Throughout my Legions collecting experience, it's just kind of wild. Like, he's got these wings on his helmet. He's got this eagle on his helmet. He's got a working visor. Kind of. It's very snug, but it does move. So you can fold this down. Fold it back up if you're the Hulk. Because with those wings in there, that's a very tight fit. He's got a little eagle on the top of his visor even. Like, he's got eagles anywhere you could have eagles and it not look too egregious. He's got one on his pauldron. I think he's got it on his chest. He's got the big scabbard on his back for the Heavensbrand sword, which also has an eagle on it. And just like the other knights, it's the Valiant Knight all over again. You got little wings on his arms. It's the Valiant Knight all over again. So as far as articulation goes, his head will look up and down just on the ball peg itself, but then you also get that hinge in the neck, so you could shift it up as well as down. And you can look side to side. The shoulders, you can pop this pauldron up. It's more basic pauldron. You can move it up, back down, forward and back. He's got a single jointed elbow with rotation, gauntlet twist, swivel hinge wrists with the appropriate hinge for holding weapons. I don't know why he didn't just come packaged with those. And just like the Sir Elijah figure we looked at yesterday, he has got the diaphragm joint to end all diaphragm joints. Like, that works really well. That's a ball joint waist, but you know what I mean. You can move it back, you can move it forward, vice versa, like I just did. You can tilt and rotate, and because of the soft goods, it's relatively tight. So that's cool. Wait, is this split? Oh, I did not notice that before. The soft goods are split, so that's convenient. You don't got to worry about stuff getting caught. That said, his hips will kick out to the side, back down, forward and back. It's got a thigh cut, single jointed knee, really well, really good range. Swivel below the knee, hinge at the foot with swivel and twist, and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. But he's got like detents in his feet, which is kind of wild because there's some characters that are like bulky that don't even have that. So why don't we try and get this sword in here? There you go. There's the Heavensbrand sword on his back. And we'll give him his knife too, why not? His knife. Alright, come on, buddy. Come on. There you go. There he is with his knife and his sword. Ready to rock. So, standing him up. He's going to be a little taller than your average legions just because his helmet, but for the most part, he is average legion's size. So, panel the camera down a bit. We don't need it up that high. Or we bring in our 2 regulars. Mythic. Of course, it's Mythic Legion's dummy. I've said that once in these reviews, haven't I? We got Brother Mandibulus right there. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who, if we don't count the wings, towers over everyone. But let's face it, if we did count the wings, that'd be cheating, right? So, as usual, good old Al Simmons, in fact, does tower over everyone. So with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and despite the fact that good old Sir Gideon Heavensbrand does not come with a skelly head like his compadres, you can just use the Maxilius the Harvester alternate head like I did here to make him one of your undead. However, I will say out of all of the knights in the Life of the Mythic Legions line that I've messed with anyways, I have to say that good old Gideon here is by far one of the best. And Bishop probably being the best good guy steed, with the exception of the strap busting on the helmet, mask, whatever you call it. On mine, I really like Bishop too. So if you can get these guys together, I highly suggest you do so. If you can only pick up one, get Sir Gideon. He's a main character and takes up way less space by himself on the shelf. That said, I think it's time for a little bit of a redemption fest, because in my Necronominus video, I was a bit of a boob. I'm a bit of a boob in all my videos, but I can just bring him in here without causing a cataclysm. Ooh, 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 ooh. Almost caused one. I almost caused one. How about that? Let's see if I can get this thing out of the way so I can bring him in a little more. There we go. Here is Necronominus back for one last hurrah, because in true Overlord Productions fashion, I was a dingus in putting the soft goods on this guy. Okay, you're just going to have to deal with that. Because after watching Toy Bro's review, I realized, hey, stupid, you put the cape on wrong. So I put it on right this time, and I do actually have the Terpiculi wings on here, which do have an added little articulation point that I didn't notice in the Terpiculi review. So there you go, a bit of a redemption fest for old Overlord Productions. But hey, you didn't come here for the information, you came here for the comedy. At least I hope so. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review and all my reviews of the Mythic Legions Necronominus Wave, a lone tier for the Mythic Legions Necronominus Wave. Stay tuned, we got plenty coming your way, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.